What is up, y'all? Shania here with another episode of the Chill Talks podcast. Today, we're talking with my buddy.
Dalton.
Got Dalton over here. It's Day. Today, we're having a podcast talking about love. We're talking about friendships. We're talking about life, hardships, everything in one little space. So we're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna answer some questions that were today. Today we're gonna answer some questions. Okay, we're gonna answer some questions and just talk about stuff that we want to talk about. And I hope you guys enjoy. Before we get into it,
Just comment and like and
just
share.
comment like this. Make sure y'all
That's the only things you can do.
make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all comment, and make sure you subscribe. So Kayla asked us, "How do you make more friends in an out of school age?" You want to answer that first?
What does she mean by age?
Like out of school age, like you're not in high school anymore. You know, when you're in
Yeah,
school, it's easier to make friends. How do you do that when you're out of high school and you're an adult?
just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's all you gotta do. Be yourself. Just don't try to be, you know, don't try to be anybody but yourself.
I agree.
Don't try to be cool. Don't try to be cooler than anybody. Don't try to be dumb or whatever. Just be yourself. Be your natural, beautiful self.
Yeah. I would say since it's easier in school when you're surrounded by people versus when you're out of school and it's harder to like make friends, go to like events like concerts or not even concerts, go downtown, go into different like clubs or like just different events or kickbacks, parties. If that's not really your style, I don't know, just go to places that are less crowded, I guess. But go out. You can't make friends in your room. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're
Yeah.
online or something. So just go out, like experience life, meet people through that. That's the easiest way I say to do it. It says, what inspired you to become someone that could fight through so much pain and why? Uh, I would say before my faith was as strong as it was with God, I would just honestly just try to keep going every day and just take the shots that were thrown at me. It wasn't easy at all by any means. Um, but just try to think about my future, like what I want to do and things, and just keep living for that because obviously in life you're not going to go through things for nothing. Everything happens for a reason, and I don't want to die and let everything that I went through be for nothing. I want to turn all that into success, help other people, and just make an impact while I'm here. So I would say that just really inspires me. And then, of course, with faith now, God and everything, my faith, it helps me a lot and gives me peace when I'm going through stuff. So, yeah. What about you?
I would say I've always had a strong relationship with God. I've always, looked to him for inspiration and to protect me. Um, like I'm not perfect. Sometimes I lose my way and lose and go off on a different path. And I just there's just some things that, I can do and some things I can't. So I just sit there and I used to just sit there and just dwell in the pain and just let it let it just ride out and then go away. But you know, nowadays I pray and then I wait a couple hours and I'm good. And I just go on with what I gotta do.
I think I would say with that also uh, to kind of backtrack on what you said about dwelling.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to dwell sometimes. I think you need to have a balance because you can get caught up in it and it just stick with you for like forever.
Yeah,
Like my cousin says that it's okay to travel to, a sad place, or if you need to grieve, travel to that place, or if you're angry, be in that space, but don't make it a permanent stay. Just
yeah,
make it like a little trip. uh because you could really get caught up in that and dwell, and then it gets worse over time and things of that nature. So do what you got to do, what you feel is valid, but don't stay
Don't.
there too long
Yeah.
because time
No,
will
that's
just keep
facts.
going. The sun doesn't stop for anybody. The moon doesn't stop. Like time keeps
Yeah.
going. Don't stay there forever.
Yeah. That's facts. Big
Facts.
facts.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into love. Got some questions for him, which I'll answer some too. I'll answer some. I'm gonna try to balance it out. But with the start of talking about love, what would you say is your definition of what love is? Just to start out before we get into it,
My definition of love.
what love is to you.
Well, I can't. Well, nobody really knows what love is. It's just, but I feel like people know. People know what love is, but they can't explain it because you can't really explain love. You know what I mean? You just know. You know, when you see somebody and you get those butterflies in your stomach, and you can't stop thinking about them, and you can't stop looking at them, and you know, I've heard it gets hard to breathe when you're not around them. You know what I mean? That's when you know you're in love, when you can meet somebody and they make you feel so alive, to where when you're not with them and you're not around them, you can't feel anything, and you can't breathe, you can't talk, you can't eat, you have to be with them.
Mm.
You know?
I think that love is definitely something, at least from my point of view, where you care a lot for a person. You feel like something in your body that just wants to protect them, make sure they're good, see how they're doing, and just express your way of loving. Because there's different types of way you can express love versus like just doing nice things for them, or maybe you're more of an emotional person with love. You want to check in and see how they're doing, have deep talks. Some people like more affectionate type of love where it's touching and things of that nature. It's just different ways. So I think that when it comes to love, you have to be very specific and very healthy with how you love someone. I don't think it's necessarily healthy to be too dependent, because sometimes things can happen where, things may go south, things may not work out, and then you're so used to that person that when they're not there, it makes it 10 times harder to like come back up from it. So with me, I try to take it slow and not be too dependent on that person. Um, because that sucks when something happens and then you're like kind of screwed. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, like
Like,
when you can't, like, it's facts when you say you can't depend on somebody else
yeah, to
for
like
your
hold you
happiness.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, like yeah, because it sucks whenever something happens and then it's just like dang, like you were my whole source of light.
yeah. Like you
So
meet somebody and they make you feel so alive, and they make you feel like nobody's ever made you feel, and then you're dependent on them for your happiness and to keep you happy and to keep you smiling and laughing. And then when they leave, you're just you again. You
yeah,
know, you're somebody that you've been away from for so long, and then
right. It's like you got to figure out yourself all over again.
yeah,
Just be like,
yeah.
yeah. So I would say that for sure. Um, what do you think is? Well, I don't want you to name names. Let me rephrase that. From from the best relationship that you've been in, okay? What is something that you could tell people watching that you learned to help them out on their track to, finding love, or maybe they're already in a relationship, something that can help them out, something that you learned.
Communication,
Let's
communication,
talk
and
about it. Yep.
let's talk about it. Let's sit down and talk this out. Let's not go to bed angry or sad with each other. Let's sit down, have a real conversation, and let's work this out. Because I mean, I can say this: all relationships do not have to end bad. They don't. They don't have to end bad. They can end on good terms.
Heck yeah.
You know, I've had a couple of relationships that ended on bad terms, and a couple of relationships, one or two, they ended on good terms. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, don't go to bed angry at each other or sad. Talk it out and work it out and do what you gotta do. If you really love that person, and if you don't, leave. Don't just
Straight up.
don't just don't don't stay in a relationship if you don't.
If you're miserable,
Yeah,
don't do that.
and if you don't love them,
Yeah.
and if you think about going to see somebody else, because this is what I live by. If you like two people at the same time, man, go with them. Pick them. Like don't come over here. No, pick them because if you loved me, you wouldn't love them.
That's
You
true.
feel me?
Yeah. I also think that you shouldn't get into a relationship if you like just trying to mess around type stuff or just like, go from here to here. Like don't get in a committed relationship if you know deep inside you still want to, figure yourself out, explore, you know what I'm saying? Like don't get in something committed cuz
Yeah,
it's just going to end bad and it's not going to work out. The truth
that's
always comes
facts.
out. So the
And
person will figure it out.
there's nothing wrong with exploring.
Right. It's nothing
There's
wrong.
nothing wrong with
Just don't be in a relationship.
yeah, just
Don't
don't.
do it. Just mess
Yeah,
around. Just be you. If you
yeah,
want to hit up Stacy one day and hit up Nautica on Friday, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But don't go date Stacy and you know you want to get with Nautica on Saturday. Don't do that.
that's facts.
Just chill. It's okay to chill and just be and just live your life. It's okay.
But I will say this: all my relationships that I've been in, there's you gotta recognize things when you break up with somebody. You gotta recognize things that you did wrong and take accountability for what you've done and not just put everything on that person.
That's true.
Like when you break up with somebody, don't be like, oh, he did this and he did that, she did this and she did that, and blah blah blah, and that is all her fault that we broke up. It's all his fault that we broke up. No, all my relationships, I did things that I could have done better, and there's things that I shouldn't have done for them, and then there's things that I could have done better, like talk and communication and work things out, not just be quiet and you know how I am, like just sit there and not say anything, just like you feel me.
Yeah.
And I'm working on it,
Yeah.
but
We're all
yeah,
works in progress. We ain't perfect, so we can always
facts.
get better with everything. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are. You think you all that. You think you're perfect. You got it all. No, you don't.
You're
Stop lying to
not.
yourself.
You're
Stop lying
not.
to yourself. Everybody is work in progress. No one is perfect. Stop lying to yourself,
Stop
bro.
it.
Just stop it. Stop it.
Stop it.
Well, yeah. So I would,
Put a
I would.
blurriness over my cam.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, I was gonna say what he was saying. Yeah, communicate. I don't sit there and keep everything aside, or you know what I'm saying, anything like that, because it could build up. And then if you're a person that reacts, like if something just is the last straw and you blow up and you just start yelling and going off and all types of stuff, don't be that person. Try to communicate. I know it's not easy for everybody, and I know growing up, I met different men that they're taught to not really express their feelings or don't
Facts.
cry or don't da da da. It's weakness to do that, but I think that's trash. I think that's a lie. Like I feel like we all have a heart for a reason. We're gonna have emotions. Like that doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. So communicate, especially if it's your girl. Like communicate that, bro,
Talk to
because
him.
she needs to know how you're feeling. The same thing with the girl. Don't think you're out of that too. No, you gotta communicate too.
Yeah, talk to
You
him.
have to. It's a partnership for a reason. Y'all need to know how the partner is feeling and how to fix things that y'all are having bumps in the road with. Like
Facts.
you don't, it's gonna build up, explode, or it's just not gonna go anywhere. So definitely communicate is key.
And if you just got out of a relationship, don't try to get back into another one.
Yeah, I would say that too. I know a lot of people, like a lot of people, like dang, bro, like people I used to be with that like they are immediately in another relationship, and it's
Yeah.
like, dang, did it not mean nothing to you? But I understand why they do it. With some, I can't speak for all of them, but some people do it because they don't want to have that loneliness. They don't want to have that
Yeah.
grieving process of like, oh, I'm alone or I lost it. Like they don't want to deal with none of that. They just
Yeah.
want to go ahead and have a rebound and go ahead and get to the next person.
And
And
I've been I've
that's
been that
messed
type of
up.
person before too.
Yeah,
Cause I hate being alone, man. I hate
yeah,
it. It sucks, you know. I want and I got the homies, you know. But I want a girl that I can talk to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Every day. I want to talk to them and see them and be able to, you know, do all the things that couples do. I want to, so it's not really being alone because I got the homies. I'm not really alone, but it's just the feeling of not having a relationship with somebody that gets me, you know.
And I think that what I've learned with that is to just that loneliness is a good thing. It may not feel like a good thing, but I feel like that's a good thing that people go through because then you learn how to be okay with being with yourself, like how to love yourself more, how to, work on your strengths and or work on your weaknesses and stuff of that nature. I feel like that just makes you stronger over time, having to be in those lonely spaces and really I feel like you need that whenever you get a relationship because you need to reflect on that relationship and how you were and what you like and what you don't like and how what things you did wrong, what things you did right, and really think about that and reflect on it. So that way when you get into another relationship, you're good and you're better. So I don't know. I think loneliness is good for people, for real.
I mean, yeah, you gotta learn to love yourself
Yeah, for real.
before you get into a relationship.
That's true.
If you don't love yourself, you're not gonna be able to love that person
Yeah, like
right.
the right way
You
or to
feel
the
what I'm
full
saying? Like,
potential. Yeah,
you don't love yourself, you gonna drag that relationship down,
for
and
real.
it's not gonna last.
Yeah,
So you get out of a relationship and just be by yourself.
take time.
Now I love being by myself. I love the time that I got when I'm by myself because I do a lot of things.
Yeah,
I watch TikToks. I play the game. I I do me, and then I'm happy with doing me. So when the next time I get in a relationship, I know what to look for. And those relationships that I was talking about earlier,
hmm
they show me a lot of things. Like they show me how I don't want to be treated, and they show me how I do want to be treated, how I want to be loved and appreciated. But they also showed me how I don't want to be, you know, like treated. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like how I don't want to be like I don't want to argue all the time.
yeah,
Arguing is not that bad. I mean, argue with who you who you're with. You know what I mean? Argue with them. But I mean, if you arguing every day and shit stop, you feel me? If you arguing every day and
yeah.
you know
Multiple times a day.
multiple times a day and you arguing when people is over and the shit's is it's not healthy.
It's
Leave
really
that
not.
relationship.
Yeah.
Leave it.
But what do you say to people though that are very dependent on that person for their living their life? What if it's like a household or bills or like providing? What if they're stuck, kind of in a way stuck? They don't want to leave. Like they're very dependent on them. They know the relationship is crap. They know that it's toxic. They know it's wrong and they need to just break up. But they're too dependent on that other partner. What do you do in that situation?
You got two options. Either you learn how to cope with it and you know how to you can guide your life in a way to where you can handle everything, or you leave
Yeah,
and you go and you do you. If you got to go back to your mom's house, you got to go stay at somebody else's house for
a little
a
bit.
couple
Yeah,
months or a little bit,
yeah,
do that, bro.
yeah,
Stack your stack your bread up. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
And
Like stack your
I
bread
would
up.
say, yeah, if you're watching and you're already in a relationship like that, you know you gotta leave, but like you don't know how because you've been with that person for so long, whatever. I would say start getting your money up. Just go ahead and get it stacked up in
That's
a
what I'm
savings
saying.
account. That way you can just leave. Now, if you're in a bad relationship, like a really bad, like physical violence, and I'm gonna say this from a point of view of I have, you know, I know a person in my family that went through that stuff. I ain't gonna say names because that's too much, but person that went through that and she felt like she couldn't leave. Like she really felt like she couldn't. There was no way. And I feel like no matter how bad things are or how attached you are to that person, you can always leave. Like it may not seem like you can, but you can. And like he said, all you have to do is Okay, if you need to leave, go to your mom's, go to your friend's house. Somebody will let you stay for
Do
like
what
a
you
little
gotta
bit.
do.
Do what you got to do. Get that job, or work overtime, whatever. Save up so you can get your own place. And if you're worried about that person, that's being violent towards you doing something, get a restraining order. Get a, what I'm saying, report it.
Start packing.
Packing, like, what I'm saying. Keep something on you. Get you like a gun, a
Do what you
taser.
gotta
Get you
do.
something to protect yourself. Do what you got to do.
Don't
At the
hold
end of the
back
day,
either.
yeah, because that's man. There's so many people that's in like domestic violence and stuff like that, and they scared for their life. They don't know if they
Yeah.
can leave or what to do when they leave. So
And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. If you in a good
I think it
relationship,
does hurt
and
when you getting beat
sometimes
up.
no. I mean, duh, yeah, but I'm not. I'm not talking about
I'm
that.
just playing.
I'm talking about like if you in a good relationship and y'all argue and all that all the time, but you still love them, and but it's dragging you down and it's dragging them down. Leave, and it's gonna hurt. It's always gonna hurt to leave
Mm-hmm.
somebody that you love.
It get better
But
though over time.
leave, leave, go do what y'all gotta do, and then come back healthier and better.
Not if you're in a domestic violence relationship.
Yeah, no. I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
Nah.
okay. I'm about to say no. You need to leave and never
Don't
look back.
leave and never look back in that situation. But if you're not in that situation,
Yeah.
leave and then come back and like
Yeah, if you feel like you could
better
y'all can,
version of
yeah.
yourself. You
If you
know
feel
what I
like
mean?
y'all can
Like,
get back together, yeah, go for it. But if it's something where it's like it's too far gone type stuff, like ain't no way that's good for y'all, okay, then don't do that. Just go meet other people. But definitely there are relationships I know where they take some time and then space and they come back and they good. So
yeah.
yeah. Whatever fits your situation, everybody different. So
So
yeah. Well, lately things have been happening with my life that I feel like I am failing a little bit, but what helps me is I try to think, okay, well, I have another opportunity, another day to make it better, and what can I do to improve so that way my failings don't feel like it's taking me down or feel like I'm just losing at life. So when you're going through life and you feel like you're failing, um, what do you do, or how do you go about that to make
I
yourself
pray.
feel better? You pray.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
I pray.
Pray. Make sure you pray.
And if you're not close to God, pray to whoever you pray to,
Yeah.
because they're gonna hear it. You know, me, I pray to my God. I listen and I pray. I pray to Him, and I just know that whatever I'm failing at, it's gonna get better. Cause you gotta fail. You got to. You gotta
Facts.
fail. If you don't fail, you're not doing something right. you, you're not
Or you're
doing.
delusional.
You're not. Yeah.
Some ain't right up in the mind.
You're not doing. If the devil ain't coming after you, you're not
Some
doing
ain't,
nothing right.
yeah,
You
something ain't
not.
working.
Yeah.
Because I know some people, they be like, yeah, my life is great all the time. Like, ain't nothing going on. Fine. Okay, something ain't right, though. Because you either not acknowledging your feelings, acknowledging maybe some traumas you've been through, or you're just letting the devil take over, pretty much. That's how I look at it. You
Yeah.
look at people that, I don't want to come at people that aren't necessarily religious, but some people I see where they're trying to control everything and take everything on themselves versus giving stuff to God. And you look at them and they may say they're okay. You can tell they're stressed the heck out. You can tell that they have too much on their shoulders and they're not giving their cares to God. The Bible says to cast all your cares to God and He will bring you peace. So if you're trying to take over everything yourself, that's not how a human being is supposed to operate. Because at the end of the day, you didn't create yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So how can you expect to take on everything on by yourself? You're supposed to give certain things to God. It's a partnership. You're supposed to have it evened out. That way you're not too stressed, not too overwhelmed, etc.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when you are living your life for God, you are going to have moments where you do fail. I don't like to say fail because it's a win, like in my opinion. If you mess up, okay, I know what I need to do better next time. Or I have the key or
That's
the,
facts.
blueprint of how I need to go at it this time. I look at it as a win. I can never
Yeah.
fail because I got God on my side. So you feel me? So it's
Yeah.
okay.
And this is. I've heard this.
Yeah.
These aren't my words, so don't quote me. Quote
Okay.
the person that I got it from. Okay.
Okay.
But you could fail 10 times or 9 times. You could fail 9 times, right?
Okay.
You could fail 9 times, and on that 10th time, you could get it.
It's facts.
You know what I mean?
It's facts.
So don't quit.
Thank
Don't quit.
God,
If you
yo.
failing, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, that last time you fail could be the last time you fail.
Yeah.
And then you get some wins.
Right.
But then after them wins, don't think you're gonna keep winning, because you're not.
Yeah,
You're gonna
every time.
fail
Right.
10 times more after you done won 11. You're gonna fail 10 more times.
Right. It's just a part of life.
Yeah.
And also, when you have those times where you're failing, you know, quote unquote, make sure you speak to God about that too, because if you ask God for something or you're talking to God about something, you're going to get signs or stuff is going to happen where it lets you know if this is for you or it's not for you. So don't block him out whenever he's trying to show you something, because he'll let you know right away. Yeah, this thing that you failed on, yeah, that's because it's not for you, or this is not where I want you to go with this. I want you to go this way instead of going that way. So, or he'll close one door, open another door. So you got to really pay attention to what is happening in your life, whether it's dreams or it's maybe some friends that are coming to you and telling you advice, or you see something pop up on your phone, or there's signs all the time. You just have to pay attention and open your eyes to it.
I've had a lot of dreams. I got a lot of dreams. You know, one, you know all of my dreams.
Yeah.
But one of my dreams is being doing music.
Mm-hmm.
I suck. I ain't gonna cuss. I suck. So I failed at that. But I got all these other dreams that I'm getting signs and having like dreams of, and like when I go to sleep I'm having dreams of, you know. I'm like thinking about it, you know, so I'm not really focused on music anymore. I'm focused on doing videos, you know, acting, doing all of my other dreams except music. So I'm just going down the checklist.
But I think that when you have dreams, that you have to really, really work at it. Like really, really apply yourself. Like, because I could say all day, you know what I'm saying, oh, I want to do YouTube, or I want to be a YouTuber, or I want to, you know, have these many subscribers, etc., and do this and that. But if I'm not posting nothing to YouTube, or I'm not editing, or I'm not working at the craft and actually putting it out there, that's just something that's in my head. I don't have nothing to show for it. So I think you have to really apply yourself when you have a goal in your mind, and don't just let it marinate inside your head. Like actually put that out there and make that happen. Because once you start putting it out there, like whether it's manifesting or whether it's, you know what I'm saying, whether it's, you know, actually doing it, whatever, once you put it out there, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You doing it. So it's like, how can I fail?
Yeah. Speak things into existence.
Yeah.
And another thing about manifest, I've been trying to manifest. I've been watching videos and trying to learn how to manifest. And just, I've been praying too. Like,
you just say it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna hit 1,000 subscribers in 2 months. Okay. Now what I have to do after that? Pray about it. What I have to do after that? Do it. Make the videos, edit it, put it out there, keep going with it. And then I will hit 1,000, because if I keep putting videos up, I'm gonna get more traction, more likes, more subscribers. It's gonna happen. It can't just not happen. You've done everything you need to do.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. Because you can't just. Some people have it in their head, which I'm not saying you, but I know some people personally that's talked to me about it, that they think that they can just like just pray about it or just manifest it or say it and then expect it to happen. No, you have to put in the work. It doesn't just. God is not a Fairly Odd Parent where you're like, I wish for $1,000, bing, 1,000. No, you have to go out there and work for that 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now there are some instances where, you know, people be nice and kind and give you some money or different things, and it adds up. You don't have to work for all that, but you know, majority of the time, you got to actually put in the work. So don't just pray or don't just manifest. Actually put in some work, and it'll happen. It's bound to happen. It cannot just not happen unless you just, it's not for you. Okay, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it doesn't work out that way. But bro, music wise, if we're really talking, we can get into it for real. If we really talking music, bro, if the Island Boys can make it, if freaking Ice JJ Fish.
Don't get me into that. Don't start me on that conversation.
No, because let's be real. Let's be real. You got a lot of people out here that make music that is trash. It is like goofy. It's very goofy. and they get millions and millions of
That
dollars
shit pisses
off
me
of
off.
like
I'm not trying to cuss, but that makes me so mad when I see people that don't got no.
nothing,
I ain't even gonna say that.
nothing. They ain't
Got
got
no
nothing,
talent. They ain't
bro.
got nothing.
They get millions
They just look stupid.
that's why they get views though, because they look crazy and people are
Yeah,
like, oh my gosh, look at this, share, 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 repost.
yeah,
Like that's the only reason why. They don't actually watch it and be like, yeah, this slaps. No, they're laughing at it. They're laughing at you. So you can make it either way, bro. You trash or you good. You can make it. Like people
yeah.
just, it's so easy to make it on social media nowadays. Like for real. The T, they actually killed that right there. Sometimes McDonald's
Drink
don't
Red
leave.
Bull.
Not unless you have heart conditions.
Yeah.
We don't advise that.
Red Bull, send me my money. I've been drinking your stuff for like 3 years now.
And Mountain Dew and Dr Pepper. I've
Yeah,
really been grinding on that,
yeah.
and I haven't gotten none. So.
Send us our money today. Next question.
I'm gonna talk about friendships a little bit. We'll start off with what friends are good for you and which are not when you're inside of friendships or you're looking for a new friend. So for me, what is good for me, I would say look for people that either want to do the same thing you want to do, people that you connect with or have like things in common with. Because if you're kind of just hanging around people that don't have anything in common with you or don't have the same interests as you or don't want to, be someone in life, it's kind of boring. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's boring. It's
It's
really
boring
boring.
to have one friend want to be a zoo keeper and one wants to be a rapper and another one wants to be something else and
Yeah,
y'all clash and then
yeah,
y'all gonna be friends for like maybe a year and then y'all gonna go y'all
yeah,
separate ways. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
But you got a friend group like ours.
yeah.
We've been friends, our friend group for like 10,
It's been a
almost
minute.
11 years. It's been a
It's
long
been a
time,
minute. Yeah,
because we all have
the
something,
same passions.
the same ideas and
Yeah,
mindset and what we want to do in life and where we want to be,
yeah,
where we want to go, and we want to travel together and see the world together and make other people laugh and smile and have a good time. We want that.
yeah.
We don't want different things. We
Right,
all want the same thing.
right.
So
Or it's in the same type of genre or like
yeah,
area of what we
like
want to do. And I would say is don't surround yourself with people that are going down a path in life or doing stuff that you don't want to do.
excuse
Like that's what I'm kind of working on now. It's like filtering out like how much energy I give to certain people because I don't want to constantly be around people that don't want to do anything with their life. Like they just want to, live the same old, or
they want to
be
sit in their house.
intoxicated all the time,
Yeah,
or intoxicated, or just depressed or struggling, and they just want to have that life. I don't know why. I mean, everybody each their own. It's okay.
it's
Do what
okay
you
to
do.
drink and
Just
have a
have
good
fun. Yeah,
time,
I'm
but
not saying you
don't
can have a good
like
time, but like every day,
yeah, like
and that's constantly the same thing, and we
yeah,
never do anything but just get in talk. Like I don't want to do that. I want to
yeah,
chase my dreams. Hey, like bro, let's go do some YouTube content. Hey bro, let's go make some music. Hey bro, let's go get some cool shots. Let's go out in nature. Let's go on a trip. Let's go like cool
and the
things.
thing is, going back to dreams,
Yeah,
right? I know we talk about friends, but going back to dreams, you gotta want it.
yeah,
Like you gotta want it, like more than you want to breathe, or more than you want anything. You gotta
yeah,
want that dream. You
yeah.
gotta want your dreams.
And if you're going for that, you have to, even though it's hard, you have to be mindful of how much energy and time you put into other stuff. I'm not saying you can never have fun and never go chill with friends, never spend time with family, just work on that dream. No. But you need to make that one of your top priorities, if not the top. Me, I put God first, but some people they're not into that. So maybe put that first.
Yeah.
Okay, then
And
but
what's that saying? If you want to go far, go with people. But if you want to, what's that saying? Do you know what I'm talking about? If you want to go if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go,
Yeah. In Proverbs 13:20, I know we're getting too Bible here, but just stay with me, okay? This makes sense. Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. So walk with the wise, become wise. If you hang out with fools, there will be harm with it. Don't become a fool because you're hanging out with fools. Hang out with people that are wise. Not saying, if you're a little slow, that's okay. I'm a little slow too. I'm not saying we fools out here. But what I'm saying is, though, if you're going to hang out with drug addicts all the time, you're going to become a drug addict.
yeah,
9 times out of 10, unless you just really, but it's hard to not fall into that temptation. But if you're hanging out with people that want to have the same dreams and accomplishments you want, that's going to help you rise up and do what you want to do and make that dream come true. So be very mindful of who you surround yourself with, who your company is. Don't have bad company. Have good company. Simple as that.
If all you hang out with is millionaires,
You're going to become a millionaire
become a
because all you're hearing in your ears, yeah, bro, I did this, I did that, and this is a way to it's fruit just sitting there in that friendship.
And if all you hang out with is people that want to be dumb and
They don't really care about life. They don't really care about anything. They just,
that's what you're gonna be.
yeah,
Nothing.
facts. And then even if that's family, like it's harder sometimes because family, they're blood, but sometimes you find your real true family and people that aren't blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're hanging out with family and they don't want to accomplish anything in life, you need to get out of that and be surrounded by friends or best friends that have better for you. Do what you got to do. Those are the real ones at the end of the day. You don't want to be surrounded by a family telling you, oh, you can't do this or you're going to end up just like me and you're not going to amount to anything. And don't listen to that. Don't. Move to the area that's best for you and go for it. Because everybody can be something. I don't care if they say, oh, because you're black, you can't. No, it's a freaking lie. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get canceled or nothing. I'm sorry. But it does not matter if you're a black woman. It doesn't matter if you're Hispanic. It doesn't matter if it doesn't freaking matter, bro. Because we have different icons, different people that made their dreams happen. And they're black, they're Hispanic, they're white, they're Indian, everybody can freaking make it. So stop letting people tell you, oh, because you're a minority, you're not going to amount to stuff as much as a white person would. No, I know people that are black that make way more than white people do. And it doesn't matter. I'm being for real, bro. Because I'm telling the truth. Like, it doesn't freaking matter what you are. We all can make it. But you have to be very motivated and you have to stay consistent with that goal and dream that you have, or else it's not going to happen. And it's not going to just not happen because you're black. I'm sorry. Getting a little bit, red over here, a little right-sided conservative. But I'm being for real, bro. It's life. Like, God didn't make it to where, oh yeah, we're gonna have this black person right here. They're never gonna make it, but we're gonna have the what? What? Why did he create us for? It doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you talk. But it just doesn't make sense to me that people say, oh, you're black, so you're not gonna. No, watch me. I'm gonna freaking make it. Like, heck no, man. I hate that because people really get discouraged about that, and they're like, I'm never gonna be able to do that because but no, you can, bro. It doesn't matter. It may be some racist people out here. Yeah, don't get it twisted. It may be some racist people. It may be people that not trying to give you the pay you deserve versus giving, Danny 100K and you're only getting 50K. Okay, fight for that 100K like Danny's getting then. Because if you're good at something, they can't say nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could be better than Danny. Who's Danny? I don't know, but that's the point, bro. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Sorry, I got a little too. What were we talking about? Friendship. Yes, friendship. Be careful who you hang around with, please.
Keep your circle small.
Keep it small. It ain't gotta be huge because that brings in some snakes sometimes, some drama. And pay attention to red flags. Please pay attention to red flags. If you got somebody treating you weird and they not treating Johnny that way, but they treating you this way,
cut them out.
Pay attention, bro. Pay attention.
Get away from that.
One time I almost got killed. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get into that for real. But it was a lot of red flags. And you know what I did? Being naive. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. It's just them. It's fine. And then one night in December, boom, chaos struck. And then I was left looking stupid because I didn't pay attention to the red flags and I was being too nice, which is not wrong to be nice, but don't let people run over you because they're going to think that it's okay and they can keep doing it. No, you need to stand up for yourself, let them know what your boundaries are, have boundaries, don't let people run over you. Facts. Pay attention to red flags, for real. And if it's too much happening and there's too many red flags popping up, leave it alone. Leave it alone. And yeah,
also talk to God about it too.
Yes, because He will definitely show you.
Because I prayed to God and I've lost friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've asked Him to show me who my true friends are.
Yeah.
And who are here for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost people. God's taken people out of my life that that didn't want to see me win, didn't want to see me succeed, and kept the people that did want to see me succeed.
Mm.
And they've been in my life for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's facts. I definitely pray with caution though, because it's gonna happen real quick. I prayed that prayer a couple of times, and as soon as it happens, stuff just starts stuff starts happening, and then I start either losing people or I start seeing things differently, and I'm like, oh, John,
and it don't matter.
And
you'll be surprised
for real,
life after you pray that prayer.
When I tell you, I was shook. I was shook. I was hurt. I was really hurt. I'm like, bro, this person, or like just different things, and it's like, dang, like it can hurt, bro. It really can, but it's showing you who you need to be around and who you don't, and it's gonna help you. It may hurt, but it's all right. Sometimes losing a friend is like you're grieving. They're not even dead, but it feels like a grieving process because you're used to that person, and then they're gone. So it's like it's a little tough, but it'll be okay though. It'll all work out. Well, I have to say that I'm very grateful for this guy right here. He's a very, very dope guy. Didn't know for real when I first met him. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. I'm just playing. But for real, I'm a little sketchy when I first meet people. I gotta observe and see how they are. So I had to really see. But he's actually a really great person.
Know, like when I meet new people, I'm quiet.
Yeah. Observe how they are.
I got 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth. I listen and look 10 times more than I speak.
True. Yeah, he's a great guy. I'm very grateful for this dude right here. He's been there for freaking forever. Helps me out through a lot of stuff. I don't know where I would be without this knucklehead right here. So I thank God for this guy every day.
Vice versa.
Yeah, for real.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, bro. We out. Peace.
Love.
Like the video. Subscribe. Positive vibes.
Like it.
Subscribe. Don't just watch it and then
share.
Click away. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Bro.